Everybody, welcome back to Solar Smart Solutions. We're two guys on a couch just talking about solar and giving you all the facts and information on whether or not solar is going to be right for you. Today's video is really simple. We're going to give you some ideas of how much solar is actually going to save you. Make sure in every single one of our videos, go to the description in the link. We have an audit for either a current proposal that you have, or you can upload your electricity bill and we will go over that for you and make sure that not only that you have the best system for your house, but making sure that you have a good price for the system that you're getting. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna talk about, and this might be very basic, but I'm gonna ask Matt the questions and he's gonna answer. We're gonna go back and forth. How does solar work?
Yeah, so there's a few different ways that solar works. One way is like you could buy the solar system cash, and then what you're doing is you're just saving money every month there on out with the power that's generated by your system. Or there's other options like a PPA or a lease where you're just leasing the system, buying power at a certain price that is usually 30 to 40% less than what you're currently paying with the utility companies. And in most cases, solar will save you money, but that's also the reason why we're here, is to help you to see whether or not you're one of those cases.
Yeah, and guys, we're going to have tons of videos coming out. We'll talk about PPAs versus lease versus purchases. So just make sure you subscribe for upcoming videos and we'll explain all of this for you. And if we can't save you money for solar, we're not going to suggest you do it. So that was just a little side note. Now into the next question. I want Matt to go through some of the factors that come into play on whether or not solar is going to save you money.
Yeah, so a few of the factors, the biggest ones is, of course, the location of the panels. If you have a south-facing roof, you're going to see the most savings possible. Secondary would be the costs of the utilities in your area. If the utilities in your area are extremely expensive, you're going to see more savings with your solar. And the third factor is going to be how much power are you actually using. If your bills are only about $80 a month, there's not a lot of room to save that much money to begin with. However, if you're paying $500 or $600 a month, there's a lot more room to save money there. So you're going to see those 30% swings are actually going to make a bigger difference.
And guys, some of your bills in the summer might be $800, but in the winter it's going to be $200. So just take the average. So if you are averaging, let's just say $300 to $400 a month, it's probably going to be a savings for you. Okay, guys. So the next thing we wanted to talk to you about and be upfront, if you are planning on either getting Teslas or putting in a pool in the next couple years, this is really important when you're building out your system because you want it built out for what the power generated is going to be because of those external things that you're doing to your house. So Matt, can you just talk about the difference between just having a 2,000 square foot home instead of and putting panels on and maybe having a 2,000 square foot home with a pool and two Teslas?
Yeah, so I mean, the pools are really easy to work around because you're able to choose when you're going to use that power, which you should always set it for during the day when the sun's out, your system's producing. It's not too hard to look online and see what your pool pump uses, how many kilowatt hours an hour it uses. Then you could do the math and say, okay, let's say my pool pump, just for easy math, uses 5 kilowatt hours an hour. Okay, I'm going to run that pool pump for 3 hours a day. Now we know we use an extra 15 kilowatt hours per day that we run that pool pump. If we're going to run it every single day, there you go. Now you know you have 15 times 7, and then that's what you're going to be working off of per week as your additional amount.
Okay, and finally, guys, we're going to go into the next two videos we're doing after this are going to talk about the M-Phase 5 battery and the Tesla 3 Powerwall battery. So we'll give you all the information for that. But for this specific video, how do batteries in today's world, in the solar world, how are they going to save the consumer money?
Well, yeah, now that we're in M3, the biggest thing that is saving people money on is it's helping you in your like 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock usage. Sun's starting to come down. You're having to run your AC because it's still 80 degrees outside. So that's when you need those batteries to help kind of take some of that load off. And then in the middle of the night, some of the new N-phase batteries now will actually pull from the grid when electricity is the most cheapest. So that as soon as that morning comes in, you start using power again, you can run off the battery for that as well.
Perfect. Okay guys, so that was sort of a quick video just to give you sort of the basics on whether or not solar is going to save you money. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, look in the description, get your quote, or let us figure out if what you're doing in regards to the quote that you've received is good for you personally. And until next time, Solar Smart Solutions.